So technical difficulties.
I see Stephanie. Are we muted? Oh, we're not muted.
No, I think we're good.
Can people hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Is that the right spot?
That works. Well, welcome, welcome. We are sorry we are late. Technology is not our friend when we get together. So hello, Chris. Welcome to the party. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully we're double checking to make sure we're streaming on Facebook. So Pauline is off on the side. I'm talking to my Zoom peeps. Welcome. Tonight we have Pauline, myself, and Stephanie. I'm sorry, I'm Lori Allred, for those of you who don't know. We are going to be talking about budget-friendly meal ideas, you know, with all of the price increases and everything. I mean, at the pump, in the grocery store, at the restaurants, we're all feeling that pinch, right? So we want to come up with some great ideas. So I'm going to introduce you to a little bit of, I hate to say it, I know you guys hate it when I say this thing, but food prep. Ooh, I know that's an awful term, right? So I'm just going to give you some fun ideas. I love to eat out. Who else loves to eat out? I enjoy it. I love it when someone else cooks my meal because no one at my house is making me food. So that's all right. But I find that I'm not tempted to stop and pick up something like, say, for lunch, because I work from home, if I have food prepped and ready to go. So I want to introduce you to the multi-cooker. If you guys aren't familiar with it, this is the new upgrade on the quick cooker. Love this baby. It's one of my favorites. I'm so happy about the changes they've made to this. Everything from just this little feature is the coolest, right? So all of this right here, I did this afternoon, all in my quick cooker. I barely rinsed it out in between each thing, and I was super excited. So just to give you an impression of what a workhorse this is in the kitchen to help you prep that food, to have it ready in your kitchen, is first of all, I've got hard-boiled eggs. We had a lot more. I left most of them at home, and I'm using the leak-proof glassware container set. This whole set is the small, medium, and large. I love these. I know Pauline uses them all the time. It keeps your food fresh for a really long time. You can put them in the fridge, freeze them. You can microwave them with the lid off. So I've got my hard-boiled eggs. So we have our first question for a giveaway. Do you want to do that now?
No, you got,
because I had to remember when I pick up the eggs, I have to do a giveaway. So I love deviled eggs. I love egg salad. I love hard-boiled eggs by themselves, but deviled eggs are my favorite. We want everybody in the comments, either on Facebook or down below. And I'm going to have Stephanie or Chris help us out with that, or we'll go back through. Can we go back through? Okay. I want to know what your famous secret ingredient for deviled eggs is. So just comment below. If it's just mustard, add mustard. Now, my favorite way to do deviled eggs is bacon, egg, and cheese deviled eggs. I add shredded cheese into my eggs. I add some crumbled bacon and a little bit of ranch seasoning. So good. So good. So I want to comment below if you have a secret ingredient. And we will go back through and pick out those winners. So I did a whole batch of hard-boiled eggs in my multi-cooker. First of all, I did a whole batch of rice. I don't eat rice, but my husband loves to have it on hand. He can mix it 25 different ways. So I've got my rice ready to go. Stays really nice in these for a long time in the kitchen. They're leak-proof, they're sealed tight. And then I have my shredded chicken. If you haven't tried doing shredded chicken in your multi-cooker, you're missing out. This is a whole batch of chicken. You know, when you buy it, it's always going to be cheaper and easier on the budget if you buy a lot of chicken. The problem is we don't always eat a lot of chicken at my house. There's just my husband and I right now. So I like to go ahead and put a whole batch in here. I use my salad choppers to shred it. I've got it shredded and ready to go. And then I'm going to post to the group a little bit later some of my tricks. I love having this on hand. I'm going to give you a plethora of reasons why when it comes to this. I'm going to look for this picture later on. It's 5 different ways to mix up your shredded chicken. I've got barbecue, Jamaican, Greek, Mexican, teriyaki. And you can split up the batch into smaller containers and have them ready. I'm going to explain how to do those in your quick cooker. I've got instructions, but I use them in wraps. salads, sandwiches, nachos. Those are one of my favorite to have those on hand. You can mix it up with your dinner. Let's see, I had some other ideas in case I forgot. Tacos, burrito bowls, sandwiches, wraps. Ooh, add them to a batch of soup. It's nice to have it all ready to go. I love a good chicken salad. I don't even need something to put it in between. Let's see, topping for nachos, frozen fries, or baked potatoes. Toss shredded chicken into your favorite pasta for a quick and easy dinner. So by buying a lot of chicken, and I'm going to show you what else I did with the rest of the chicken, I shredded it and I have it ready to go. And you just simply have to add in your favorite seasonings. I've got Italian here. Asian actually tastes really good. My husband puts it in both the chicken and the rice. And then one we're obviously almost out of is our Southwestern. We love to mix that up and add it to
see me?
great. So let's tell you.
I'm on there.
Oh,
I didn't
All
start.
right, bye.
Oh, well, it'll be on Facebook. It'll be okay.
oh, okay. We didn't start recording, but
That's because I'm not seeing my buttons.
oh, the buttons are missing. That's all right. We'll rip it off of Facebook and share it elsewhere. So let me give you a tip. A lot of people don't like reheated chicken. And why is it? Tends to be a little on the rubbery side, so you avoid making a big batch of chicken. Let me give you some tips for that. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. Undercook the chicken slightly before reheating, so that the chicken is cooking again when you reheat it. So I cooked the giant batch at about 10 minutes in here. 4 minutes. No, that was the rice. Sorry, 10 minutes. And then I went ahead and mixed it up. I find adding a little bit of water before I microwave it to the chicken helps a ton. You can also do the same thing and reheat it at 2 minutes. You can do that in a frying pan. Add the chicken to a frying pan with a little bit of water will make a huge, and get that gamey kind of taste out of it from sitting in your kitchen. Add extra sauce. It's always a great way to hide that flavor. Soy sauce, buffalo wing, honey mustard, barbecue. We do all kinds of things. I love having chicken on hand for that reason. So a couple other things I whipped up since I already had this dirty and out. I turned it on sear. The new feature on sear is awesome. It has a low, medium, and high. So I went ahead and browned some sausage, Italian sausage. I love having this on hand to make quesadillas, or we do Italian. I love to do a decomposed pizza in a pan where we just skip the breading altogether. And it's good. It's one of those staples I love having on hand. And this is what I did with the other part of the chicken. How many of you love your air fryer? My air fryer is my go-to. I can live without a microwave, but not my air fryer. So I went ahead with the rest of the chicken, cut it down into strips, and I made what I call chicken cheesy wraps. And all it is a slice of chicken that I've salt and peppered. I add some Colby Jack, a sliced piece of cheese in there, and then I wrap it with bacon. I flash froze these and then added this to this container. I leave them in the freezer. When I need a lunch, a quick lunch, I go ahead and pull a few out, set it on a plate for about a half hour, run upstairs, throw it in my air fryer for 18 minutes. Be sure to turn it over so that bacon crisps up on both sides. It's one of my favorites. With a little side of ranch, it's totally keto friendly too. We keep a whole bunch of these in the freezer. Much cheaper than buying the pre-breaded stuff, in my opinion, and it's healthier for you. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen the double grater that came out. When did this come out? This last release? Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorites. Now we've got the micro grate on this side, the jumbo grate on this side. And I'll tell you why I love the jumbo grate. I usually buy a whole block of Colby Jack cheese. It's only about 40 to 50 cents cheaper than pre-shredded cheese, but let's talk a little bit about pre-shredded cheese. Look how nice and big that is. Is that not the best size cheese ever? And plus it tastes great. So I usually cut up this is great for wraps. I love having it on hand and already cut. And I love the jumbo cut on these. I don't know how many of you know pre-shredded cheese might only cost a little bit more, but they add a cellulose powder to keep it from sticking together, which is technically either a cotton or a wood pulp. It won't really harm your body, but you really don't need it. And you will find that fresh cheese grated is creamier and better. So give it a try, keep that on hand. So I just have all of these in the fridge. So when my husband says, what's for dinner? I can just point them that way. We save a lot of money having this ready, so we don't feel tempted to go out to eat later at night. Do I forget anything, Pauline?
Sounds like you have lots of great ideas.
I know, I'm all about, my version of budget friendly is having things easy. I want it to be easy. And I have found this is much cheaper than running down. I went and got a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit the other day. It was $4. I'm like, we ordered 2 and I'm like, $8. Holy cow, I could have made that way cheaper at home, but now I know. So watch for this picture on the group and I'll post all the instructions and ideas on how to mix up your shredded chicken. So we're gonna do a quick change and Pauline's gonna take over.
Oh my gosh, that was so many great ideas, wasn't it? Loved all those ideas. And I think she's right that when we go out to eat, it's because I haven't planned ahead. I'm like, what should we have for dinner? Oh, let's just go out to eat.
Yeah.
So planning ahead is really important to do. So one recipe that I have that I've been doing this recipe forever, and it's a recipe that my family asks for, my extended family, when we're going to a family or reunion or something like that, they're always like, can you bring that round sandwich? And so it is a huge hit and it's just packed full of flavor. I'm going to use that.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me all those.
Give those to you. All right. All right. Now we'll move my stuff on here. And I just wanted to tell you about the garden picnic sandwich. If you look it up under Pampered Chef, it's called the Garden Picnic Sandwich. And it is, yes, that'll be perfect if you just want to set all that stuff up here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Garden Picnic Sandwich. And it's this big Italian bread loaf. You can, yeah.
You tell me when to stop.
Right here, I've already made one. You can just stop there.
Okay.
I've already made one loaf, but I want to show you the top of it. So if I get this close to the camera, can you guys see? I want to show you how I do this because that's what makes this sandwich amazing. First of all, I have dough here that is just the dough. Now, let me start by telling you, if you don't like to make your own dough, Pampered Chef has an amazing Italian herb bread. I've made this sandwich with the bread. It's $9 for this. If you host a show, of course, you get discounts and all of that, so stock up when you're a host. But if you make your own bread, let me tell you that if you have just a simple French bread recipe, the secret to this that I like to make is I skip the mix and I add our Italian seasoning in. So in the dry part, just the flour, I add in about 2 tablespoons of our Italian seasoning. This is the seasoning that I go through the most. I love to put it in bread. I love to put it on steamed vegetables, on grilled vegetables. I put it in a lot of things. Love, love, love this combination. So I just put it in with the dry part of the bread, the dry part when I'm making it. And then on the top, this is what I do. Let me just set this right here, and I think you'll be able to see it well. I just take our garlic press. So this is the dough, and actually I've had it in the fridge so it's going to finish raising because I baked one. My French bread recipe made both of these. And in fact, I think you could make 3 in the enameled cast iron. This is the 2-quart baker. And I think you could make 3 of these sandwiches. For those of you who have been around a long time, I always make these, or I used to make them at home in the
Baker.
Deep covered baker. That hasn't been around for a long time, but it's round and you would just cut it in like a pie. But with this one, I love cooking in the cast iron. Can you guys see how nicely it's browned on the side and the bottom? It's a beautiful loaf of bread. So I just take a clove, well, actually about 5 cloves of garlic. Yeah. When Lori walked into my house, she's like, I wish everybody could smell your house. And to be honest with you, it smells so, so good in here. It smells wonderful. And it's because you bake this, the garlic on the top. So this is just the dough. And I just put on about 5 cloves of garlic. And just to kind of speed things up, then I just pour a little bit of olive oil on, and there's really no amount. You could use what is our new tool called? our
Oh, the
oil
and
dispenser,
vinegar.
oil and vinegar dispenser. I don't have it here at my home in Ogden, and so I couldn't use it. But it works well just to pour a little bit of olive oil. Now, let's pretend this pile is a little bit bigger. I'm just going to mix it together like this. And then you just spread it over the whole loaf. So I'll just do this on half of it. That was 2 big cloves. So you just spread it over the loaf like that. And then you take Parmesan cheese.
Here, do you want me to?
Oh, yes.
Do you want me
Will
to,
you
no,
please?
do you want me to just break these apart for you?
Yeah. Well, they come apart. And then you just put fresh Parmesan cheese on just like that. That's what makes my house smell so yummy, Lori. So that's just half done. I'll do the other half, but I wanted you to just see how I press the garlic right onto the dough, mix it with a little olive oil and spread it out. And I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. Even sometimes when I just make French bread, I'll do that on the top of it. And it is so, so yummy. All right. I used all of these cups when I was making the bread. I do it in my Bosch mixer. I really literally can put all the ingredients in, and I will share with you. It's my friend Janine Hart. It's her recipe for very simple French bread, but I can share it with you. It's just easy. You put it in. If you don't have a Bosch mixer or a KitchenAid, you can of course just mix it with a spoon. But bread is someplace where you can save a lot of money at the grocery store. So I was figuring out this loaf of bread cost me about 50 cents to make. And when I looked in the bakery at the store, something similar to this, a round loaf of artisan bread was like $3.79, I think. And it didn't even have like the garlic and the cheese and stuff on top. So definitely super fun and super inexpensive to make your own bread. So I'm just going to take our bread knife out of our set and cut it like this. So
Best
this
knife ever.
It is the best knife
And you
ever.
can only get it in the set.
Yeah, it is an awesome knife. Just cut it like this. Now you're making a group sandwich. So this sandwich feeds 4 to 6 people. It depends on how hungry they are. So we just take it like this. And if you guys can you see all that Italian seasoning in there? Yummy, yummy. So we're just gonna put our bread up here like this. Actually, I'm going to put it over here like this because Lori's going to help me put this together.
Oh, do I need to bring it
All
in?
right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have Lori spread some mayo, which I forgot to get out of the fridge. I'll let you get the mayo out while we do this. So you just spread both of these fairly heavily because this is a thick sandwich. Remember, you're making it for 8 people. So it seems like a lot. I think the recipe calls for like 1/3 of a cup or maybe a 1/2 cup. So just spread it on liberally. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, yeah. And I about that much. Well, that's the right amount.
Oh, okay.
Can you guys see?
You can
So,
never have too much.
Yeah,
mayo.
you know, and we're using avocado mayo. So anyway, she's just going to spread that on. And while she's doing that, I am going to get this real secret ingredient. Well, there's lots of secret ingredients. This is one of those sandwiches when you go to the restaurant and you order something like this and you pay like $10 for a sandwich, $14 for a sandwich. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, that was so worth it. It was so yummy.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
on the top too.
Oh.
So one of the secrets is fresh basil. Now I've already cut or taken the leaves off of fresh basil. We have an awesome little herb mill, which will cut your basil. But can I just tell you, when I learned how to do it with a knife correctly, I don't really use my herb mill very often, sometimes for cilantro. So let me just show you. Take the leaves and stack them up. Can you guys see how I have them stacked here? Just in a stack. And then you simply roll your stack up like this. I know you can't see this really good, but you're going to see how it turns out. And then the chef's knife is my all-time favorite. It's what I grab for everything. And you just simply make little slices with your rolled up leaves. And these were pretty big leaves. So then I'm just going to take a couple of slices through. And this is what you have. And you want to very liberally sprinkle your basil leaves on top of the top and the bottom of the sandwich. All right, so there's that. And here's the top. We're just gonna sprinkle the basil on. You will be totally amazed at how yummy this is on your sandwich. And if you want to add a little something to your salad, do this with some basil and just add it into your green salad. It is amazing. All right. And right now, let's talk about saving money through gardening. First of all, if you go get a packet of seeds, these were $2.79, the exact same price that I paid for a little package of basil. So if you plant some of these in your pot right now, you'll have basil clear into the fall. I put it in a pot so when it starts freezing, I can bring it in, but this is a really great way to save money at the grocery store, is to plant your basil. Also yesterday, we're gonna put some tomatoes on this, but yesterday, you wanna grab one of those, that big one? I was listening to the radio and there was a store doing, it was a nursery doing tomato plants. Look at this gorgeous tomato plant for $2.79. Well, I paid today at the store for tomatoes. It was about $2 for the, or excuse me, it was about $2 for each sandwich. So it was about $4 for the tomatoes that I purchased. So go get a tomato plant right now while they're inexpensive and plant it in a pot and save money on your groceries that way. All right, the next thing we're gonna put on this sandwich is ham. And I just layer it on like this, kind of into like that, just on this one. And then we also put mozzarella cheese on. This is mozzarella cheese and I buy it sliced. The only place I can find it sliced is Walmart. Mozzarella cheese is really hard to slice and it doesn't have the, what did you call it?
Cellulose powder.
Cellulose powder on it, but it has paper in between the slices. So I've already taken the paper out except for this last one to show
Nobody
you.
wants to eat the paper.
No, so, but it's nice to be able to have sliced cheese because it's hard to slice mozzarella cheese. All right, so we've got the yummy bread, the avocado mayo, the basil, the ham, the cheese. All right, now we have some more fun things to put on it. We're going to use our rapid prep mandolin. Now, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need that for food prep, I just want you to know right off the bat, you can get this for $28 this month as a host. So ask the person who invited you to have what you would need to do to get this for $28, because that's it's regularly $70 and worth every penny. All right, so on the back, you can see there's these two little knobs. And to go over here and get a Kleenex. Sorry about that. What do you use it for, Lori?
So the knobs, I love that it gives you 3 different cuts, a shear cut, a fry cut, and a julienne cut. And then it goes from 0 all the way up to 8. So I use it a ton for all kinds of things, but zucchini is probably the thing I cut up the most because I go through zucchini like crazy.
Awesome. So all the blades are hidden right here. And then we're going to put this piece on. This is the shoot. We're going to put it on right here. And I know you guys can't see me, but I can't do it left-handed. So just like that. And I've already got it set to just slice, but I'm going to show you several different things with it. So we're just going to take this zucchini like that.
So that's a cucumber.
A cucumber, sorry.
I don't like cucumbers as much as zucchini. So
we're going to just do this. To open it up, you go like this. All right, it's just a twist lock down like that and a twist unlock. And then we are just going to press down with this food holder and slide, oops, put the holder in so it will grab stuff. I almost forgot to do that.
I think this is way easier to use than our old mandolin slicer.
I do too.
And safer, so much safer.
Quickly, I sliced all of that. This is on a 2. Can you guys see that? And I'm going to give this to Lori to put on. And then I'm going to slice the onions. I'm going to do them just a little bit thinner so you can see that. So we're going to move it down to a 1 and slice them a little bit thinner. And then we'll move it up. Sorry about that. Sorry to reach over you.
You are totally fine.
So we'll just put our onion in here. We'll slice these nice and thin. Just like that. You can see how thin and how nice these are sliced, so easy. I'll dump them over here for you. And then I want to put it a little bit thicker and show you a tomato. We're going to do the tomato on a 4. Oops. How did that get stuck in there?
It's because we're
I
on a
don't think
live
I've ever
demo.
had this happen.
This.
Can you get?
How did you get that in
Oh,
there?
that's because there's that piece of,
Oh, there you go.
there was a
There's
little
a
piece
peel.
of peel stuck in here and it's, there
There
we
we
go.
Darn
All right.
Phil.
How do you like that on live, streaming live?
That's all right.
So we're just gonna put the tomato in and can you guys see, maybe if I turn it a little bit like this?
I grew up in the Bronx. I became a school teacher at the Bronx High School of Science and then a guidance
All
counselor.
right, somebody's not on mute, so you'll need to mute for us.
Awesome.
But look how nicely it sliced that tomato.
I'll
Can
be
you guys
honest, I've never dared
see
do
how
tomatoes.
awesome that is? So we'll just put that on our sandwich. And then the thing I love to put on this sandwich that always surprises people is carrots. But to do that, we're gonna do a little julienne. So we're just gonna put it on the thinnest julienne. How do you say that? Julienne.
I don't know.
So we're just gonna put it really tiny and I'm gonna show you
Oh, I do use this all the time for onions. It's great on it.
the julienne.
All different settings. I do a French onion soup and you gotta chop up a whole lot of onions for that bad boy.
So it makes it really fast.
Mhm.
What else do you do with it?
Cut them up for sandwiches. Like I said, I like to prep things to have them ready. So we like to have a lot of omelet stuff on
Oh.
hand. So I'll chop up a bunch of onions and some mushrooms. It'll do a whole can of olives in like 10 seconds.
Mhm.
What do you need? Oh, the shoot.
Right here. It's right here. I've got quite a little mess going here. All right. Check this out. Isn't that so awesome? They're nice and thin. You can make them super small and you just put it on the sandwich just like that.
Not too many.
Woo!
Just kidding.
Oh, they're so yummy. And it's great because they're not, you don't crunch hard into them. I also love to do this in stir fry because you know how stir fry, the carrots
yeah.
usually don't cook.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if you julienne them nice and thin like this, then you can put them in stir fry and they're bright and beautiful and you can just put them in at the end.
That's a good idea.
All right, so I'm just gonna put the lid right on here. I've got such a mess here. I'm gonna hand this to you. Woo! And then I'm gonna show you how I cut it. Now, if you're doing a round one in a round pan that you have, you can just cut it like a pie. But if you're doing them in our 2-quart cast iron, enameled cast iron, which is amazing, then you can cut it like this. Okay, can you guys all see this sandwich? Doesn't it look so yummy? I just wish you were here to taste it. It is absolutely so, so yummy. So then I just like to cut it down the middle like this. And then I just slice it like this. So I figured this sandwich cost me $11 or $12 to make. It feeds 4 to 6 people. And when I looked, as I was at the store today, I was at Walmart and there was a Subway in the Walmart. So when I walked out, I was looking at their menu and a sandwich, a foot long, was about $9. And I would say this is probably 2 or 3 foot longs, but look at that. Look how yummy it is. It is absolutely delicious, wonderful, wonderful sandwich. Let me look at my notes here and see. So our enameled cast iron this month is on sale. So that 2-quart baker, instead of $74, is $55. If you host a show, you can get it for $28. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic, right? That's 60% off. Oh no, that's half price off of the sale price. The skillet with lid, which I've got right here, this is probably the one that I use the most. Absolutely love this piece. You know, you can brown some chicken on the stovetop and then put your sauce on, stick it in the oven, which is so nice. Right here, absolutely beautiful. And then there's also the Dutch oven, which is right here. The great thing about cooking in the Dutch oven is the lid has this awesome top, which will self-baste. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera there. It has those little rivets. And so what that does is it helps the steam with all those yummy juices in it, whatever you're cooking, it helps it drip down into your food. And so you get to self-baste your food the whole time it's cooking in this Dutch oven. Normally it is $194. It's $145 this month. And it's a pan you will use all the time. You can even use it when you go camping because this is cast iron, guys. It's so awesome on the stovetop in the oven. If you want to host a party, you could get it for $72. That is such a great deal. I didn't mention to you, actually I did mention to you, the rapid prep is one of our host bonuses. So be sure and talk to the person that invited you to this party because they're going to tell you how you can get all these really sweet deals. But there's, for our host bonus, the rapid prep, but also the manual food processor, the food chopper, the color coded knife set, and the scraper set. There's 6 scrapers in the scraper set for $29. I mean, it's a stellar deal. All right, the last 2 things I want to talk to you about. One, when I want to go out to eat, usually we choose Red Lobster. I love seafood, and one of my favorite things there is scampi. And so I was a little hesitant when Pampered Chef came out with their meal mixes because they have a scampi one, and I just didn't know if I would like it. And I have to tell you, it is amazing. So I just saute a little bit of shrimp. I've done it with shrimp and chicken. I pour this in, it calls for wine. I don't drink wine. I don't have it at the house. So I just put a little cream in with it. It was so good. There's also a meal starter called Pad Thai. I'm not a Pad Thai fan, so I gave it to my daughter-in-law who loves it. I can't wait to hear her report. But they're just a simple way to start a meal when you're thinking, oh my gosh, what should we have for dinner? Oh, let's go out. Oh no, I have those meal starters. They come in a set of 3. So definitely grab one of these when you place your order with the person that invited you so that you can try these because it really does help you decide what's for dinner. The other thing that will help you decide for dinner, what's for dinner, is our taste buds. So this one is not open yet because I wanted to save it for this event. And our taste buds is a subscription. This month it's 25% off. So it is a really great time. You can get a 1 month, a 3 month, or a 6 month subscription. Now, I'm going to open this and show you what's in here, but based on the math, which I did, each of the seasonings in here does 3 meals or 3 dishes. And so for a 6 month subscription, that's 54 meals that you're getting. And it calculates out to $1.50 a meal to have your recipe and your spices. And we're just going to open this up. This is April's and see what's in here.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either. I know.
I love taste buds. These help me out all the time.
I know. It just helps you know what's for dinner and you don't have to think about it.
Well, and I've done those subscription boxes that are really expensive and the food usually went bad before I ever made it. So I love that this is something I can keep on hand for a long time.
Right. So you get your recipes. There's more great ways to use this month's seasonings, but then there's 3 recipe cards that come with it. So let's see, we have croquet, how do you say that?
Croquet Madame Casserole.
Oh, I'm glad you're here with your accent.
I have no idea. If you say everything with an accent, it's not
exactly. So I'm sure that was correct. But that is awesome using our rosemary herb seasoning. And then we have crispy goat cheese salad. Doesn't that look yummy?
Really good.
So it looks super yummy. Yeah, with the 3 onion rub. And then we have shrimp salad roll. Oh my gosh, I'm making that one first with the herbs de Provence. So really yummy recipes. And then there's more recipes on the other
they
card.
give you like 3 more ideas for each seasoning.
Right. And then the great thing about Taste Buds, I think, is that you have access to our marketplace add-ons. And so every month before the 17th or 15th of the month, they'll send you the information, but it's early in the month. You can add on some of our spices, some of our most popular tools, and they're going to ship them with your Taste Buds, and it's not going to cost you any shipping. So the great thing about that is when I'm running low on Italian seasoning, which I tend to run low on because I put it in everything, I can just order it on the marketplace add-ons and have it come with my subscription. And it's really awesome to be able to keep my spices stocked that way without having to pay any extra shipping. So definitely now is the time to try Taste Buds and get that subscription for 25% off.
It's
So,
worth trying.
yeah,
I think everybody should try it. It's a great gift too. I've given it to a lot of newlyweds. In fact, shout out to my bride that's doing an online bridal shower, Sonia. We're super excited. Her cute friend Anne is putting it on for her, and we're having a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, so awesome. And then before I go to Stephanie, I just have to tell you, next month we're doing double donations for fundraisers. So if there's a group that you like to raise funds for, talk to your consultant about how you can do a Pampered Chef fundraiser, and they can get double the amount that we normally donate.
I bet we're going to see a lot of Ukraine help.
Yeah,
I think we'll see. That's awesome.
the great thing about that, and Stephanie's going to tell you about our May specials, but the great thing about it is when you are the chairperson of a fundraiser, you actually get to buy one of whatever the bonus is for the month. So that's a great lead into Stephanie, because she can tell you about the bonus for May.
Hey, you guys, can you see me okay right here, Pauline?
Yes.
All right, I'm in a weird place in my kitchen. I figured this was easier because I'm near my microwave. Hi, you guys, I'm Stephanie. I'm coming to you from Meridian, Idaho, and I am going to put together a dessert. And because we're talking about budget-friendly meals, how many of you guys have bananas at your house most of the time, right? You guys can raise your hands. I can see that on my Zoom. I usually have bananas, and I typically have ice cream on hand. This recipe, I have made it for a really long time at my cooking parties before we went virtual during COVID. To make this recipe, I use either the Rock Crock Everyday Pan, which is this one. You can see it's kind of shallow. So I'll use this one for making my chicken if I do barbecue chicken. And you guys, did you know with a Rock Crock, it is a baking stone. So you can put it in the oven and in the microwave, of course, but the Rock Crocks are also heat safe on the stovetop. So super, super versatile. One of the recipes that I always tell my my guests about, especially with the Rock Crock, because again, we were talking about quick dinners and ways that we can use pasta. I do pasta almost all the time in this bigger guy. This is the Rock Crock Dutch oven. Okay, so you can see he's double the depth of the everyday pan. But if I'm doing spaghetti, I'll do 4 cups of chicken broth and my whole box of spaghetti, and I put it in the microwave for 8 minutes and then give it a stir, and then another 6 to 8 minutes, and it's done. It's perfectly al dente. So I love these Rock Crocks because they will go everywhere. Another fun recipe, and we'll have to post it for you guys, is called Cheesy Shells and Italian Pasta. And that recipe, I'll brown sausage in the Rock Crock Dutch oven, and usually 1 pound to 2 pounds, depending upon your family. And then I'll drain off any fat, but then I'll add the pasta. And again, the 4 cups of chicken broth. Usually I'll do, you can do the shells or the penne, either one will work with that recipe. And then I'll put it in the microwave for about 10 minutes. I don't want it to go all the way done because I'm going to do one extra step. So I'll pull it out, and then I'll add about 1/2 cube, so 4 ounces of cream cheese, and I'll stir that through with Italian seasoning and some garlic. freshly pressed garlic. And then over the top, I'll do Parmesan and chopped croutons, and I'll put it under the broiler. So with that one meal, I've done stovetop for the sausage, microwave for the pasta, and in the oven to finish it off with the broiler. So super handy, right? These rock crocks are awesome. So back to my recipe. I have a square of half a cup of butter rather, and I sliced the butter so that it would melt really fast. And what I'm making, you guys, it's called Bananas Foster. And to be totally honest, I am a chocolate lover. Like, that doesn't even express how much I love chocolate. It's one of those things where I have to have a taste of it every single day. And so to tell you that this recipe is equal to most of my chocolate dessert recipes is really saying something, because this recipe doesn't have any chocolate in it. Okay, so I'm going to add a cup of brown sugar, and I am going to, this is another really cool thing. I love it when Pampered Chef comes up with recipes because they always figure out an easy way to do things. So one of the things that I don't often have on hand is whipping cream. I don't know about you guys. I don't typically buy that. And so Pampered Chef, in this recipe, you use the ice cream as your whipping cream. Isn't that awesome? So you're going to need, this is the Costco kind. So, you know, I've had it sitting on my counter for a little while. So I'm going to do probably 3 or 4 scoops of ice cream.
Hey, Steph,
Yes.
you have a question. If
Thanks.
yeah, from 7, if you want to take yourself off and mute, then Stephanie can answer your question. At least I think you do. Somebody's got their hand up.
Oh, okay.
Or not.
Or not. It's okay. It's okay.
It was one of the questions that you guys had, if we ever something.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. Chris, you be watching that for me.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys, I have my butter, my brown sugar, my ice cream, and then to that, I am going to add some of Pampered Chef's Cinnamon Plus seasoning. So this isn't available all the time, but if you are lucky enough to get some at Christmas time, you are a happy person. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons, and it's like a pumpkin pie spice or allspice, but ours has a little bit of orange peel in it. It is so yummy. It is so yummy. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of this, and then I'm going to throw it into the microwave.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm not muted. I thought I
For
muted.
about 3 minutes. Okay, so this is the part of the recipe. It says meanwhile, right? Meanwhile, I'm going to slice my bananas. So again, saving money. This is the quick slice, and I use this thing constantly. So if you buy your fresh mozzarella already sliced, you pay a little bit more for that. This guy will do that for you. Plus your tomato and your cucumber, basically everything that I put into a salad, peppers, it's awesome. And with all of the hard-boiled eggs that everybody's going to have next week, you can get a couple of eggs on this too. So it's kind of like a glorified egg slicer. All right, but it's way sharper. These are actually knife blades, okay? So, but I would recommend it for soft flesh things. So you'll see how slick it is with the bananas. I was holding off on peeling them so that they weren't brown. So this is actually such perfect timing. My daughter and I shouldn't say it like this. My twins are coming today, you guys. My daughter and her family are coming. My grandkids are coming. They're going to be here right after we end tonight. So this will be so fun to be able to feed them this dessert. Okay, so I've just sliced, and then I'm just going to dump into my batter bowl. Okay, so I love the thickness of the slices. Isn't that just perfect? So it's awesome for a salad. All right, and then this one more. So the recipe calls for, we got a yucky banana on the end. 5 or 6 bananas. Whoopsie. Last banana, and we're going to be almost ready to stir. I got into my brown sugar, you guys, and I was almost done. And I make chocolate chip cookies almost every weekend with my little granddaughters that live in town. And I didn't realize I was almost out. So I wanted to show you guys something, another thing that will help you save money. These are our little brown sugar keepers. It's just a little clay disc, and I'm recharging mine. So you soak it in water for a little bit, and then when I pour my new bag of brown sugar, it keeps it nice and soft. Okay, so you're not going to waste money on your brown sugar in your container. Just throw that back in. All right. Great, here we go. Now the nice thing with the rock crops, the handles don't seem to heat up as quickly. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of show you, maybe I can do it this way. I'll show you what I've got going on here. Okay, and then I'm just going to get our new sauce whisk. I will tell you, this is probably my favorite tool from last fall. It is amazing. If you're doing any kind of a white sauce or gravy, see how pretty that's coming together. So if you didn't see me put this in, it's silicone covered. So in the past, we had a nylon one, and you guys, I'll be honest, we've discontinued that guy a couple of times, and I had a backup stash in my stuff. I probably have 3 of them in my garage because this is my favorite shape of whisk. And then Pampered Chef came out with this, so now I can get rid of those other ones. But literally, this is worth its weight in gold. You'll love it as you're creating your gravies for all of your meals. Sorry, arranged to put my, okay, so this has to go back into the microwave for just another couple minutes. Let me see if I'm supposed to add my bananas. Nope, not yet. It needs to be more bubbly. Another couple minutes. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys some of the measuring tools, because you know, when we bake at home, we save money, and I love to bake. So I have these out constantly. So these are the measuring, this is the measuring cup set. And I love how they nest together, so awesome. And then these are the measuring spoon set, and I've got them kind of scattered all over. So it's the same kind of deal. They nest, so you can easily find all of your different sizes. Love those. And then of course, the batter bowl. We are heading into wedding season, you guys. The batter bowl is my favorite wedding gift to give. I usually will pair it with a scraper, or maybe the cookie scoop, which is the medium scoop. It's the one that you want. But what a cute themed gift, right? Everybody needs a nice glass bowl with a handle and a pour spout. And for those of you that have been Pampered Chef devotees for a long time, you'll notice that this is restyled. The handle used to be attached to the body. And now that it's away, it's so nice to be able to stack the couple sizes. So I have 4 in my kitchen, 2 of this size, which is 8 cups, and 2 of the 4 cup, because literally I use them constantly. Okay. I'm gonna check this. Ooh, yes. Okay, let me show you what it looks like now. Okay. Beautiful. Nice and foamy. Okay, so now I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of imitation rum seasoning, just like the same place that you would buy your peppermint or almond. And we'll just add that in, along with now all of our bananas. Yum. Okay, so now I'm just going to heat one more time so that the bananas get nice and warm. Let me see. Doesn't that look awesome? Okay. I'm going to do 4 minutes this time. Just checking my recipe. Yeah. Okay. So Pauline mentioned about the May host special. So the rock rocks, both the sizes that I just showed you guys, the Dutch oven and the everyday pan, are both the 60% off items, as well as the nonstick, the stainless steel nonstick cookware, and then the multi cooker. I believe the air fryer, and there's one more thing. Somebody help me.
Ooh, I don't remember what it is either. We'll post it. We can post the May one too.
Is it
Yeah.
the grill and griddle? Is
Yeah,
it-
very
Maybe
good.
the
But
grill.
if you'd like
Oh, wait a minute.
to party in May and get those awesome tools that you're going to use every day, you'll love those. So it will be a great month. And like Lori was mentioning, it is the double bonus for fundraisers. So Pampered Chef is going to match our donation. So awesome. I know I was thinking I would do a fundraiser. I actually started one for a organization called World Center Kitchens. Amazing organization that has gone into Ukraine, and as people are starting to come back to the cities to see what's left after the Russians have left, they're going in and feeding them, and they're giving them bags of groceries and stuff. So really spoke to my heart. So that will be an awesome thing that I will do again in May, so that we can take advantage of that awesome thing that Pampered Chef is doing for us. So
Thank
trying to
you
think
so
of-
much, Steph.
oh, you're welcome.
That looks so yummy. I wish we were there to share our food.
I know. It would be perfect with your sandwich and have ice cream.
It would be perfect. So while you were cooking, Lori tasted the sandwich. I wanted to come tell you about it. This is a
I
slice we have.
sacrificed my keto standards and I ate, oh my goodness, it was so good. And I thought the bread would be really dry and it was super soft, perfect.
Oh,
I didn't like the carrots on it, and I don't usually like carrots and cucumbers, but it was just like the perfect amount of everything. I was just telling her I should make this for my family. They would feel so good.
Yeah. And so she said, so we cut it in 12, and she said probably 2 of those. So it would feed 6. So really an inexpensive way to feed your family a really fun meal. And the first thing out of her mouth is, it tastes so fresh. And it's because of that basil. It really adds a freshness to it. So, all right. Anything else? Starry Stuff, were you finished?
If there was, I don't remember if there was anything else you wanted me to share about.
Hey, Steph, you did have one question.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the question?
Can you use real rum?
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Probably
can.
tastes better. Anyway,
Sounds good.
you were gonna say some
Yeah.
winners?
Yes, so we have some winners tonight from our little thing. We'll be sending you some yummy spices from Taste Buds that you can try in recipes, but you're going to want to try them all. So our winners are Maria Lynn.
And Maria, we don't know who you belong to. So if your consultant invited you, we need to figure out how to get in contact with you.
Yeah, so just send me a message on Facebook if you can. And then Ann Pritchard, she's one of our winners. And Laurel Bennett. So put your name or your phone number or
Oh,
send
Stephanie
us a
must know
message.
Laurel.
Oh, good. So
Stephanie,
Stephanie
do you
must
know
know
Laurel?
Laurel.
I do know Laurel.
Okay,
Excellent.
so yay. So we need to get in contact with you so we can get your address and we can send you a prize.
Pauline, you
Thank
have one
you.
more question.
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
what is it?
They want to know how to make the, let me read it one more time. How to make the hearts with the slicer.
How to make the what?
The pretty hearts that you made. I think she means that thing you found out last time. They're so
Oh, the
pretty.
strawberries.
Oh, the egg slicer. That's made with the egg slicer to make the fan, the strawberry fan.
I
Yeah,
think so. I'm not sure.
I've got one. Should I grab it?
Do you have a strawberry?
I do.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
convenient.
so Stephanie will show us how to do it.
Strawberries are one of those things I buy and then they just go bad and I throw them away.
Oh, I love strawberries. So yeah, it's super
No, I love them
easy.
too. I just forget about them.
Yeah, and when you cut them right and then slice them, they do look like a heart. So they're really fun to put on desserts to look like a heart.
Yes, I'm gonna do it, but I wanted to show you guys this dessert. I kind of, there we go.
Oh, yummy.
Looks yummy with bananas and caramelish. Yum.
Mm.
Yes, and you can actually grate chocolate over the top.
Do you ever put nuts in it, Stephanie?
No nuts, but you could.
I've never made that recipe. Can you believe it?
No. Okay, so you guys, here's the thing. You keep the green on. I need to move my stuff around. You keep the green on and then you just slice down. So you're almost through and then you bring it back up and then you can
Aw,
fan it like this.
love
Yeah.
it. I hope that answers that question.
Yeah. And so, and then if you take the green off, where's a knife? If you slice with your strawberry up like that, then you're gonna always have the pretty hearts.
Oh.
Yeah, very
Okay.
fun.
Yes,
Very
there's
fun.
strawberries in the house because the grandkids are coming, right?
Yeah, they're gonna
Excellent.
get spoiled. I love it. All right.
Yes.
Any other questions, Chris?
I don't see any more. Lots
Okay.
of compliments, but no questions yet.
Well, we like
Yay.
compliments too.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And if you want to order, be sure and talk to the consultant that invited you, or the host will know who your consultant is if the person invited you as a host. And then if you want to be able to get these awesome deals that we talked about, and we were posting them in the Facebook group, then be sure and talk to your consultant, because that is another way to save a lot of money, to make it yourself, but then buy your Pampered Chef's tools to make it on half price or discounted or
Join.
free, because our hosts this month are also getting $100 of extra free over $650 shows. So we're giving away lots of great stuff. And then the very best way to get Pampered Chef tools is to become a consultant because they love to spoil us and the kits are an amazing deal on products. So
That's why-
anyway, yeah, that's why you joined.
Oh, heck yeah. I always want
Hey,
the
guys.
latest Pampered Chef. What better way to do it than earn it for free?
Yeah, so that's
One
awesome.
One more question.
Okay.
Will you be posting the recipe for the bread?
Yes. Yes, I'll
Good.
post my recipe for the bread and then I'll also post the original recipe garden picnic sandwich from Pampered Chef. So yeah. Sounds great. So good to see you all and thanks for joining us. Good night.
See ya.
A good one. See, I'm really good this time.